There we go. Okay. We are here. It's still Tuesday. It's 9:22 at night. I've been trying to go live for the last half an hour, but Stream Elements updated this week, and I've been able to do videos with it, but then I just tried to live stream and it was like, nah. No, so I literally had to uninstall all of the Stream Elements stuff and try again because it changed all my configurations and it wouldn't let me it just wouldn't let me stream, which is weird because it's called Stream Elements. So it should work better, you would think. And I was excited for it at first because I thought it would let me multi-stream on Twitch. But it didn't let me do that, and then it wouldn't even let me stream on YouTube. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Wrong video? What's the wrong video? Yeah, that's not, I couldn't do anything about that. There shouldn't even be another stream. Let me check the studio for a second. Let me see. Stream Elements doubled my thing. So this is, I don't know why that's scheduled. Let's delete that. Yeah, so. Yeah, Stream Elements just decided to mess with me significantly. First of all, it doubled up my account for some reason. Like it tried to multi-stream into YouTube twice, and then it wouldn't interact with my Twitch TV channel, and then it just locked me out of YouTube, and I was like, all right, Stream Elements got to go. I don't know. Like when you update an add-on software like Stream Elements, it should seamlessly transition from the previous settings to the new settings, or you should walk people through it really easily, because I don't have the time to spend another 90 minutes trying to set up my next live stream. Like, it should just go live, but it didn't, and so it's done. So it's gone. So that means currently we have no text-to-speech. So I don't know what'll happen if people sign up for memberships or whatever today. I hope they still do. But it won't, I don't think we'll get an announcement on the screen, which is unfortunate. I'm going to switch over to my challenge account just briefly because I want to play that for a little bit while we're talking. I hope you're all doing well. Sire wasn't here today. My wife went back to work today, which, well, technically she went back to work on Friday, but it was a long weekend after that. So it's just kind of like a reorientation. And so, yeah, I was on daddy duty all day, which was fun. It was really cool. It was really cool. My boy is awesome. That being said, it changes the schedule quite a bit. Let's go ahead and. All right. Hey, Alex. Good to see you. Bard Games Sauce. I'm going to try not to squint too hard at the screen. I've lost my glasses. I don't know where they are. They're in the house. They have to be in the house somewhere, but I don't know where. Can't find them. So tomorrow I'm going to get some replacements. I don't have a backup set because my son broke my backup set not that long ago. And he's been trying hard to break my new glasses too. Great Dane, good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Daddy duty can be great. Yeah. Hey, Dark, good to see you. Jack, BM, Blue Max in the house. Ace. Joe don't like form. How's the little man going? He's crawling. He's moving. That's probably the biggest thing right now is like he's not to a full crawl yet, but he is mobile. He did a lap around the house today, which was astonishing because last week he was moving like 10 feet. And this week he's like he shot out of a cannon. He did a lap all the way around the kitchen, like through the main hall, through the dining room, back into the living room. It was crazy. He went under the kitchen table. He's everywhere now. And he loves electrical cords, which is scary. So we got to constantly stop him from pulling plugs out of, lamps and stuff. But yeah, it's good. It's awesome. 3-day vacay for the wife. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, so let's just quickly catch up on the Hell Hades free to play challenge account, and then we'll do a takeover. Probably only gonna get to one tonight, unfortunately. But I want to do a takeover. It's Tuesday. Tuesday means takeover. We're gonna do a takeover, and we'll wait a little while. But yeah, so I just put my update out this morning, although I recorded it yesterday. So here I just hit day 12, got my void shard. Got 3 void shards. I had to pull one for the advanced quest, but otherwise I've only pulled mystery shards. These are all the ancient shards I've ever gotten, all the sacred shards I've ever gotten. I can still get more sacred shards because there's a sacred shard here that I can go after, which I should be able to get relatively soon. And then of course there's the campaign, the brutal shard here. There's also a nightmare shard, but I'm not going to get this one. I mean, that one's going to be there for a few months. And I've 5-starred Ugo. She's on her way up. And I'm starting to get some masteries on more people, which is good. And let's see. I think we're going to do yeah, I think that's. So she puts out a lot of debuffs, but she also puts out a lot of buffs, right? Not as many buffs. What am I talking about? It's more debuffs than buffs. So I'll probably go here. And then I'll go here. And then I'll end up with this. Yeah. Tagore. Looking okay. He puts out buffs. So. And then faction crypts today. I haven't really been looking at. I've been so busy. Dark Elves and Knights Revenant. Well, unfortunately, I don't really have any Knights Revenant. And I don't know that I have it. I have a few Dark Elves. I had a few Dark Elves. So I still have a few that I could potentially use here. So that should allow me to farm a little bit. I hope I don't have the... I hate when you get the quest to defeat a Faction Wars boss. That's always annoying. But here it's just... Yeah. And I gotta use a Demon Lord key. I gotta use some energy. Let's get into the dungeon a little bit here. And we'll just do this, like... Run this. Yeah. Good morning. Hey, Nathan. Good to see you. Hope you're all doing well. We should start off with a poll. I'm trying to get back into the polls. For whatever reason, I think when we stopped doing noob versus pro, I got a little bit more away from the polls. But we got to do the poll. And so here, I'm curious about this. And, some of you may or may not have an opinion on this, and it's totally fine. But I'm going to ask a question. Okay. I'm just curious. Let me know what you think. And be honest. Don't worry. I know it's my live stream. You're not going to insult me. I'm curious. I'm honestly curious what people think. Because I have started to climb the leaderboards unexpectedly. And not like climb, not like rocketing up towards the top. But even today, I think I went up one more spot. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll show you what I mean. Am I logged in? Yeah, I'm logged in. My eyes are not as good without my glasses. All right, so yeah, I'm up to 35th position, which is weird. It is weird. Where am I? I'm here. So I think the 50th percentile is going to be 27th, right? So if I can get 27 or better, I'm in the top half, which is starting to feel like I could do that relatively soon. Why would I do that soon? I don't understand why this is happening. Now, if we look at, again, the distance from the top, right? We're like, okay, so it's 2,200 points now. So I'm almost 1,000 points behind now. So I'm not matching the pace. I'm not matching the pace of the top players. So these probably top 10 are still getting away from me for the time being. But, I'm putting more distance between me and sort of the pack back here where I was for the first 10 days. For the first 8 or 9 days, I think I got as high as like 41, but then I dropped all the way back down to 49. I was floating around like 43 to 46 for a while. First 2 or 3 days, I was like 52, 53. Now I'm 35. 35. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't think I'm doing anything particularly interesting. So I mean, if we go back to the account, well, let me look at that. That's nice. So if we go back to the account, like I have 1 6-star. I'm like in last place with 6 stars. I have 1 6-star. I do now have 4 5 stars. Big whoop. I've not pushed any dungeons past stage 11. So all of my dungeons, including the event dungeon, I think event dungeon is 10. I think everything else is 11 except for Minotaur, which is 14. I'm not even 15 yet. I did get into Sandel's Necropolis just to check out how hard it would be to do stage 1, which was pretty tough. You could see it was over 2 minutes. I did barely win at the end. I think everybody died but Athel. So, I'm not going to get past stage 2 because stage 2 I'm weak affinity. Like my whole team is weak affinity except for Wukong. As far as these keeps are concerned, I should get in here. I have pushed this a little bit. I'm at 15, which I think is like top 10 for Magic Keep, but the other keeps I'm not as far. I need to do this mission now. Win 1 superior magic potion. I should go do that. Let's focus on that a little bit. Yeah, let's focus on that a little bit right now. And I think I can just auto this without too much trouble. I don't remember it being hard, and that was before Ugo became 50, so we'll have to see. Yeah. I still haven't gotten any really good gear upgrades. But this is just what's going on. Over under on the next fusion of support or nuker. Probably a nuker. They've been giving us a lot of nukers. They've been giving us a lot of nukers. I would love a support. I'd love a good support, but I'm also okay with a nuker. I mean, we just got Alice for free. Right? The last fusion was a support, right? A reviver. We're not going to get another reviver type support. But maybe we'll get a utility champion. Maybe we'll get somebody in the vein of like Astrid, like we got a few, this summer or whatever it was this spring. I wouldn't mind somebody who had some turd meter fill and some utility. That'd be nice. We could get a tank. We haven't gotten a really good tank in a while that I can think of. Yeah. Who was our last good tank? I mean, we got Thor, who was an awesome nuker. We got the half spawn guy. He was a nuker. I'm trying to think of. We did get Jeroboam. Jeroboam's a pretty solid support. We got Packmaster. So the last tank was the Incarnate. And then we got Vaultkeeper Wixwell before that and Astrid before. Yostrid, I should say. I don't know. I keep calling her Astrid. It's Yostrid. Yostrid before that. Armand's before that. So at the beginning of the year, right, we got Ancora in February, then Armand's, and then Yostrid. So we got a lot of really great supports. And then Wixwell. And then in the second half of the year, they did mostly nukers. And then we had Jeroboam in October. Who was after Jeroboam? Because there was somebody in between Jeroboam and... Who was it? I skipped somebody. I think I skipped somebody. Anyway. High Elf Guide with the shield. I don't know who you're referring to. Stock the Broken, right? We did get Stock the Broken. He's a decent support. So yeah, it could be a nuker. Could be another nuker. I like Knave of Hearts. He's a tank. Somebody pointed out that he's very similar to some other champion that was already in the game who I didn't really know that much about. But yeah, I think he's going to be problem. I think he's going to be a problem in some content. Yeah. If we take a quick look, I actually think when I did my review, I was kind of surprised by this guy. First of all, that he's in the Undead Hordes. Where is he? There he is. So good HP pool, kind of low defense. Decent HP pool, I would say. Not overwhelming. But provoke with heals on each hit, not bad. AoE steals 2 random buffs, 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown. That's nice. Continuous heals, plus unkillable and a taunt on him, which is really nice. Right, so he becomes unkillable. He's got a taunt. He's got a provoke. And then he swaps HP with a target enemy, places 100% heal reduction on them that cannot be removed, which is kind of crazy. Then equalizes the HP levels of all allies, which can be basically 100% heal for his whole team. And then increase defense for everybody. And then when attack destroys the attacker's max HP by 20% of the damage received. I think he's going to be a pain. I mean, anybody with a unkillable and a taunt, right? Like and it's a taunt for 2 turns. It's a 2-turn taunt on a 3-turn cooldown with a 2-turn unkillable. Plus a buff strip. I mean, not entirely, but a two buff strip, double buff strip. That's good. That's good. Shadowghost Islan was quite a while ago. And he is a phenomenal tank, yeah, but is he the last tank that we got? Maybe. Maybe he was the last real tank that we got. You think you should 6-star your Wuzgar to go with your 6-star Snick Track? Wuzgar is really nice for a couple of places. One is for Fire Knight. If you need a Fire Knight solution, the quad hit on the A1 is extremely rare. There aren't very many champions who have that. And he's got, the counterattack on himself to give you more hits if you're not shutting the boss down. Plus an ally heal, which is nice. Reflect damage for everybody even more. So he's like the perfect Fire Knight champion if you can't turn meter control the Fire Knight. I don't know. I honestly don't know where else I would use him. I'm sure I would use him in Doom Tower a bit. You could potentially make him your Hydra Mischief tank. It wouldn't be bad in Hydra. Restores destroyed max HP, has a reflect damage and a shield, plus a heal, counterattack, and then he's going to hit a lot of those A1s. Not bad. Stats are good. Like not phenomenal, but good. Good base speed. Should be good for Amius. Could be. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I haven't looked at the current rotation because I've been so busy with this. Allure and Woodguard together would, yeah, you'll walk all the way up through Fire Knight. As long as you have some way to handle the waves, you'll be fine. Get an ally attacker in there. Like once you get Morag, throw Morag in there and you're off to the races. Yeah, he's not great for hard mode. Do I have any experience with Hell Hades Optimizer? Not really. Other than just occasionally using it for team ideas. Not really. Nathan pulled Hitatsu. Congrats. He's excellent. He takes a lot of books, but he's excellent. Can we move Takeover Tuesday to Thursday? Probably not, but you never know. Nico just joined the Discord channel. Thank you for joining. All right. You think I'm going to hit the top 20? Oh, yeah, I'm curious about that. 57% of the people are saying top half. Wow, 38% of you think I'm going to land in the top 10. That is some faith. 4% of you are being very brutally honest with me. You're like, dude, you're going to be in the bottom half. Yeah, honestly, I think those of you who are calling out the top 10 that's ambitious. That's very ambitious. I appreciate the vote of confidence. And you never know. It's possible because, I still have yet to pull a shard. So if I get a little bit lucky with the RNG, it may boost me to the point where I can start putting out some real performances. And I've got a few. I've got a few shards. So depending on what the fusion is and if I go for it, you never know. Am I going to do a video with Jay Giggs? I haven't done one with Jay in a while. I've talked to him a few times. He is up for it. I just have not been able to put my life together in such a way as to go do another video with him, unfortunately. We're in a weird thing where like he's in Australia, so he's 16 hours ahead of me, which can make scheduling sometimes tricky. You think it'll be between 10 and 20, old man Griff? Yeah, I think that's a good call. That could happen. I think personally, my goal is to finish in the top half. I believe that just playing without really optimizing for the challenge, I can get into the top half. Now, I don't know if I've said this before on a live stream. I don't know if I said this during any update video. My intention is when my name gets called on for the team to perform as best I can. So there will be some moments where like I haven't really dug into the scoring this year, but there will be some moments where like certain people are called to do a particular dungeon, I think, or a particular boss. And then so each team will like put up 10 people to do these bosses. And if I get called, then I want to perform for the team. But if I don't specifically get called, then I'm just going to play it like it's free to play. Just a normal free to play account. And I think realistically, the top half makes sense to me because like this is what I do. Like I'm good at free to play. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. I'm just saying like this is if I'm going to be good at anything at this game, this is one of the things that I'm going to be good at. And so I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and confidence and experience. And there's always going to be luck involved. There's going to be life involved. There's going to be effort involved. There are going to be other competitors who have a big say in where I finish. But ultimately, I feel like based on my experience last year, I would be surprised if I finished out of the top 30 at the very least. But I think I'm thinking low 20s. That's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking probably somewhere between like 21 and 26. Like that's the bracket I'm kind of keeping my eye on right now. But I may change that as we go through, right? And we kind of reassess as other people move up and down the board and we progress through. It's cool to see who's like on top right now. Broken Not Dead is still doing awesome. He's currently in third place. He was in first for a while. Dante, I heard something about Dante Raids getting a crazy pull. So if anybody knows, you could put that into the chat. Let me know what champion he pulled. Bront is doing really well in fifth place. Mad Capper, it's great to see Mad Capper back in seventh. Roadblock, we just did a collab not that long ago. He's in 11th, just above Nub Raids in 12th. Nub's been doing well. He's been representing. Hades is still in 16th. He's been falling off a little bit, and I know he's away this weekend or this week for a conference, so he's probably going to fall off a little bit more. He's always strong in the beginning, and then I think life kicks in and starts to make it just hard for him to play an extra account. So we'll see how he fares over the course of the entire challenge. YST, my boy, at 17, looking good. Yeah. And then Crop jumped back up to 29. All right, because he was down in the mid-30s with me yesterday, I think. MTG at 31. Saphira at 32. Free-to-play J Warrior, guy from my Shadowverse team last year, 33. And then I'm sitting at 35. Fox Mode, I see you at 38. Deadwood Jedi at 41. I haven't talked to Deadwood since the contest began. I don't know how seriously he's taking it. So yeah, should be interesting. All right, let's do. I just want to get another battle in here, and what we're gonna do is gonna do a takeover. We're gonna do a takeover. I just want to make sure I burn this energy while I'm here. So let's do. I should probably just be doing this. Should be doing. I don't think I can do 15 yet. Let's go ahead and do like 3 more runs. Burn some energy. Bottom 10. Somebody jumped it. Bottom 10. Bottom 10. Thanks. That sounds like one of Sun's people. My editor, whose name is Sun, has people. They enjoy trolling me. I think bottom half is certainly reasonable. Like only 5% of you are saying that, which I appreciate it, but I do think bottom half could happen, right? Like the most likely reason for the bottom half to happen would be life just gets too busy and too crazy, and I can't stick to the 90 days. Because realistically, I expect at least a quarter of the competitors to have that happen, right? At least a quarter of us are going to be like, life is too, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep playing another account 4 hours a day, or 6 hours or 8 hours a day. And so I do expect people to kind of trickle down a little bit as it progresses. Not that everybody will quit. I'm not talking about that, but you go from playing 6 hours a day to playing 1 hour a day. Like that just happens sometimes. And that could happen to me, or it could happen to a bunch of other people, and that's going to affect where I end up as well. Yeah, YST got Mad Hatter, which was kind of cool. Why was it number 1 an option in the poll? Yeah, I don't know. Dude, I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing that hard. Nathan, about the promo code. Yeah, PP500 still being active. I did. Thank you. Yeah, and in fact, we're picking up 30 points this week from the Alice chase as well, so it's going to even close the gap. I'm hopeful, although I'm worried, I kind of did the math on it. I'm hopeful that she will arrive in time for the champion chase of the next fusion. Because if that happens, that's another 250 free points, right? But based on my calculation, she might come just after that, in which case I might hold on to her until like PRCVC or something. Finish better than you, Grim. You didn't do this year. Well, yeah, then I will. Yeah, I think the account's going all right. The gear this year has been very bad. Last year I had very bad shard pulls. For the first 6 weeks, I really did not do well with my shard pulls. Eventually, I got Deacon Armstrong, which was a huge boon to the account. And then when I was able to secure, I was doing okay, and then I was able to secure Nair Gigante Archer, and that's really what I think propelled my account for the second half of the challenge. This year, I'm focused on the fusions. I didn't do either fusion last year. I started to do the Ancora fusion, and I don't know if you remember, but I had COVID back then. And so on like day 8 or 9 or something of the fusion, I messed up and I missed an event and I didn't realize it. Like I just missed it. It was completely my fault, but I was just, in a weird space and sick. And then I kept doing the fusion for like 3 more days. And then I counted up my fragments and I realized there was no way for me to complete it. And then I stopped it. But that was really painful because I lost all those resources. I had invested all those resources and didn't end up with the fusion champ, who would have been massive for my account. So this year I'd like to try to complete both fusions if I can. I believe it's possible. There are certainly people who did it last year, and I would like to do that. So. You need some recommendations, Raphael? All right. Yeah. I did open the gem mine. I've got the first 2 levels of the gem mine. I'll be buying the 3rd level probably tomorrow or the day after. Maybe even today, actually. I haven't checked my gem count in a minute. So I think yesterday when I did the video, I had like 235. So I probably have over 300 at this point. Yeah. So I'm going to open the gem mine fully. And then I'm going to save gems for the fusion. And then during the fusion, if I'm doing well and I don't need the gems, I'll start unlocking the sparring pit. But if I have to hold the gems for the following fusion, I will. But the plan is to have the sparring pit fully unlocked by the end of the 90 days. Preferably by the end of like 60 days would be great, or even faster. So I'll have the full mine, the full sparring pit. Just the first tier of sparring pit. I don't go past level 1 anyway. And then we'll have the first 2 fusions, so that when I hand this account off, after 90 days, whoever I hand it to will have Wukong, hopefully in a pretty good place, Alice in a pretty good place, a relatively robust, build on everybody, and then at least 2 fusion legendaries, which will be cool. I mean, they won't be booked. Maybe one of the legendaries will be booked by that point, maybe 1.5. But it'll be a nice stepping stone, a nice foundation for somebody to play with if they want to move forward on the account. Got the Hatter, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's fine to double up on certain roles, right? And if you have a strong champion and you only have 4 or 5 built anyway, you're going to just use your 60s, so. Yeah. Okay, so let me, I plan on doing any King Arthur live streams. Yeah, we should do that. That'd be fun. I'd do a King Arthur live stream. I don't know about takeovers yet. That game kind of works differently than this one in terms of takeovers. But I suppose I could try it. But yeah, I like that idea. I'll do a King Arthur live stream at some point. But okay, so speaking of takeovers, let's go through this just really quickly. If you haven't done this before, there is a link, an invitation to my Discord in the description of this live stream. You need to click on that because you have to be a member of the Discord to get a chance to win a takeover. In the Discord server, you're going to want to scroll down. You'll see all the channels on the left-hand side, and you want to scroll down until you get to an area called the Coaching Corner. Is that where we're talking about, right? Coaching Corner. Okay, in the Coaching Corner, there's a channel called the Wheel of Takeover. Now, I know people have probably already reacted to the message, but I'm going to remove all the reactions right now. So there is a message there that says, react to this message for your chance to win a free takeover. You just react to that. You can react once or 100 times. Doesn't matter. You'll only be entered once. and um and in a little bit I will I'll spin the wheel, and then whoever the wheel lands on will get the free takeover. You can win one in a calendar year. That's the new rule. You can only win one for the year of 2025. We're trying to get as many new people to have takeovers as we can possibly get to this year. Now, once you win, I'm going to send you a DM. All right. And I want you to DM me back with your login information. So you need your email address and your password for your Plarium account. Then I'm going to give you some roles, takeover roles. So you can join me in the voice channel where I'm going to be hanging out. And the important thing about that is there's a delay on the live stream. So by joining me in the voice channel, you can mute your live stream and then you'll be able to hear me in real time. You will not be able to use your microphone, but you can DM me any answers to questions I may have. So if I'm asking about, champions you don't want me to touch or something, you just go ahead and shoot me a DM. And yeah, and then, tell me what kind of account takeover you want to try, and I'll do my best to help you out. And it'll probably only be one takeover tonight, just letting you all know now, because we are at 10 p.m. basically. And in fact, at 10 p.m. I will spin the wheel. So we're 2 minutes out. You're 2 minutes out from 10 p.m. Yeah, only one per year this year. It was 90 days before, but honestly, when I started that time limit, we were only getting 40 to like 60 people per live stream. So it was the kind of thing where I was like, we put a limit on it, but whatever. It was, it didn't feel like we were going to burn through everybody. Doing I was doing 3 a week at that point. I was doing like a 5-hour or 6-hour live stream, and I was doing 3 a week. And then I started doing only 2 a week because I couldn't do the 6-hour live stream anymore. Once the baby was born, I was doing like a 4-hour live stream, maybe 5. And now what I'm trying to do is do a 3-hour live stream, but it's never really going to be 3 hours. So I want to do like half an hour hanging out with people, talking to them, and then do 2 90-minute live takeovers. That's what I would like to do. So hopefully we can get there. But you know me, I always get distracted and I just go long. It's like, I'll tell my wife, she's like, what time are you going to be done? Oh, I'll be done at 5. And at 6:30, she's like, what the hell? We were going to have dinner. Oh, yeah, right. My fault. Not 2 a year. Yeah, I talked about 2 a year, but, and honestly, for individuals, it may feel like, oh, hey, I didn't win one. Like I won one in January or February, and now it's October and I can't win one. That's, disappointing. But there are potentially 100 other people in the live stream who've literally never won one. Like it's October and they're still waiting to win their first. So I just want to give as many people an opportunity as possible. So my hope is to give away 100 takeovers this year. If we can do, hopefully 2 a week most weeks. Might squeeze in 3 every once in a while. I'm probably not going to live stream all 52 weeks because, there are times where holidays or whatever, I might not be able to get to it. But I'm hoping to give away 100 free takeovers this year. That'd be nice. All right, so we've got 84 votes. And at least 2 of you think I'm going to finish in the bottom 10. Trolls. Maybe 3 of you? I don't even know. Could be 3 of you. It's at least 3 of you, in fact. I think 4 of you think I'm going to finish in the bottom half. Most of you think I'm going to finish in the top half. It's been 83 years? What 83 years? The Takeover Tuesday live stream got you into the Discord community. That's cool, Sauce. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when my editor whose name is Sun, and I were talking about, the channel or in the early days, for me, a big focus was community. And he's been a big component of helping me grow the community. But, I was saying at that time, before the channel was anything at all, I was like, I want like one of the best Discord communities in the space. Like I want to build the best Discord community I've ever been a part of. That was the goal. I think that's the phrase that I used. And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. And when I started doing the takeover stream, I didn't really I didn't think of it as a way to grow the Discord community, particularly. I always invite everybody to come to the Discord community. Every video I say it. So um but we were trying to mechanically figure out how to do the takeover or the giveaway. And we were like, oh, there's this wheel that you can use in Discord. So we're like, okay, so we have to, have people come to Discord. Is that going to be a problem? Are they going to not, join? And then we were like, well, if they don't join, they don't join. They can just watch. They don't have to participate. But this is the easiest thing for us. And then I think, honestly, it's been the thing that's grown the community the most in terms of at least members in the Discord. Because, people come. I've had something like over, I don't know, it's like 1,300 unique viewers or something, for the Takeover Tuesday live stream. And the server has we're at 1,800 or something, people on the server. So chances are Takeover Tuesday has built the Discord community more than anything else. Yeah, that's a good call, Great Dane. If you can vote, you can hit that like button. I appreciate the call out. Dane has been with me since the early days. Several of you have been. There are a lot of you here who've been with me for a long time. But Dane is the animator of the logo. In every video where you get the Colred Plays burning logo. I designed the logo, but he did the animation. And then Sun added the music, so it was a team effort. But okay. So yeah, it's I said I was going to spin at 10. It's now 10:03. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. So hopefully you have reacted if you are interested in a takeover today. I hope I have enough brain power to do a good takeover. You're all taking your account's lives in your hand when you hand it over to me. You never know. You never know what you're going to get. Takeovers are like a box of chocolate. But, I should do a video on my takeover approach. I've been watching a bunch of takeovers recently. I watch MTG do takeovers every once in a while. He does it very differently than I do. I watched Felrouse recently, and I guess he does a lot of takeovers. He does it very differently than how I do. And I'd never really watched takeover content before. I watched a few Hell Hades takeovers when he's turned them into videos, and his approach is different than mine. And I know a lot of people do takeover, and we all have different approaches. And you should, if you're going to pursue a takeover, you should try to get a takeover with a content creator whose style you think would suit what you're trying to accomplish with your account, not just oh, I can get one from this guy because, whatever, it should match what you're trying to do. Because we all do it differently. But I've been thinking about putting a video out on it recently but I don't know if it's an interesting topic. I don't know if it's an interesting topic to people because it might only be content creators who really care or, people who are whatever. I watch your videos. I like your content. Just do the takeover. Stop talking about it. Oh, Felrouse. Speaking of which, he's here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, so yeah, that got me thinking because I had just seen MTG Jedi's live stream the day before, 2 days before yours, Felrouse. And I was thinking to myself how differently he approaches takeovers to how I do it. And then I watched yours and I was like, okay, yeah, this is also different than how I approach it. And I enjoyed both streams. I enjoyed his stream, I enjoyed your stream. I enjoyed seeing the differences. But it made me realize that there's no industry standard for takeovers. We could all do whatever we want. When somebody hands you their account, you can be like, well, this is how I want to approach it. And if they don't like it, don't give me your account. But at the same time, it is what it is. Crew, we have a winner. I've been talking. My message could not be delivered because I don't share a server with the recipient. How do I not share a server with the recipient when they had to join my server. And in fact, it says one mutual server. That makes no sense. Crew, if you're out there, shoot me a DM if you can. And in the meantime, I will I'll give you some new roles that you can join. Oh, you have the roles. Why do you have the roles? You must have won a takeover before. Hmm. Just want me to build you a Hydra team? Hey, hey. Welcome. Tyraku, I bet he does. I watched a couple of his videos this past week. I'm glad to see he's back. He disappeared for a couple of months. I think there was some family. I don't want to spread rumors. I don't know. I just remember hearing something. I don't know if maybe his wife was sick or something. But he disappeared for like 2 months, and I was worried. I was like, oh man, because he's got a great channel. But then he's been back for like 6 months or 8 months or whatever. Been strong. Where's the fun if someone else does it for you? I think it's a matter of like coaching, right? You think of it as a style of coaching, or modeling. You know, sometimes people collaborate to solve problems. You can think of it that way. You know, it's for each person to decide what's fun. For me, the fun is to see the problems from new angles, right? To try to solve the same problems I've already solved, but with different gear and different rosters, and then simultaneously to have that potentially be the model, the video that unlocks that concept for somebody else. Right? So I mean, you could just as easily say, you know, what you're saying is like, isn't the fun building the champions? Well, like, isn't the fun figuring it out on your own? Like, why are you watching videos then? You know, so I just think it's a spectrum. Like, I enjoy watching videos. I don't want to learn it all on my own. I want to, or I do want to learn it on my own, but I don't want to learn just through the very expensive process of experimentation, right? Like, I want to do research and get ideas from other videos, and then, you know, not just copy people, but use it as a way to understand concepts better, or champions better, or combos better. So, um, crew buddy, if you're out there, Cruz, I can't message you on Discord either. Give it to someone else. I will probably go to sleep soon. Well, we can figure it out. You should be able to join me in the coaching boys cruise. So tell you what, I'm gonna throw you a friend invite in Discord, and let's just see if that gets us on the same page. Unless you really aren't interested, but I would say, you know, you might not win again this whole year, so you should try it. Why did his wheel just disappear, son? Did you delete his wheel? Um, what just happened to the wheel? Now I can't get back to. All right, here it is. What is going on? Why is this happening? Can't add him as a friend? Okay, friend request finally went through. Don't know why. But crew, if you could just accept the friend request, then we could probably iron it out.
You get it going?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I mean, if you insist, we will reset the message. Reset the reactions. So you can all go ahead and react to the message. And Son, it's good to have you here, buddy. It's been a while since you've been in voice with me for a Takeover Tuesday because of the new schedule.
Yeah. Beautiful day. How's things going over there?
Dude, I got to spend all morning with my boy, which was so much fun.
That's a good day, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was exhausted, because I had to get up really early. Um, and so I mean, my sleep schedule is going to have to shift dramatically. Um, but we got up, we said goodbye to his mamas who went back to work. We hung out with his grandparents a little bit. I gave him breakfast. We took a nap together. We played. Like we went outside. It was a great day. It was really cool. And then my work schedule shifts to the evening now, so it's like normally I would try to work during that window, but now it's going to be, I hand him off when his mother gets home and I go to work. I just don't know what it's going to look like, like moving forward. His
Craziness.
his other set of grandparents are going to try to give us a little bit of childcare coverage. But I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing or it's going to be kind of sporadic. So there'll be some days where I can still like pump out a video in the morning. Some days I'll be live streaming at 9 p.m. Should you pull Sacreds on this 1+1? I'm going to pull Sacreds on this 1+1 on my main because I'm in Mercy. And I also have to do the Summon Rush for the fusion on my main.
I do too. Got 16 sacreds burning a hole in my pocket right now.
All right. I'm gonna spin the wheel. So hopefully everybody's reacted.
Yeah, I will leave you to it. Have fun, everybody.
You're taking off?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night.
I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Good luck to everybody. Yeah, I don't have a perfect count on my shards. I think I'm like 15 or 16, maybe even 17 shards in. Fart smuggler. He's a smart smuggler. Congratulations, we have a winner. You used to be Wesley. Now you're a fart smuggler? Congrats. Send me a DM. I gotta send you a DM. Let's see. I just sent you a DM. Send me a DM back. I'm like literally, I just sent you a DM. Send me back a DM. Send me your account information, and I will get you the role so you can join me in the voice channel. What the heck just happened? Oh, Son is giving. I'm literally in the process of giving him roles, and Son's doing it. All right, and join me in the voice channel when you can, and mute your live stream. All right, let's do a takeover. Let's do a takeover. I'm excited. Um, no, you need to join me in the voice channel in my Discord. And also that password is not correct. Unless I'm copying it incorrectly. I'll try typing it in. Yeah, the password's not correct. So I'm currently sitting in the coaching voice channel, and that's where you need to join. You don't want to call me. We're not entering a call. You're just going to join me in the channel where I'm sitting. So you should be able to see that now. So much lag? Is the stream lagging or are you lagging? Hmm. More and more people think I'm going to finish in the bottom half. We're up to 10%. Saying bottom half. 5% saying bottom 10. We've now had 126 votes. Still just about 56%. I think we started at like 53%. So about 56% still saying top half. Good night, Tech Force. All right. Got the password. See if this one works. Yep, that worked. All right. We got a red dot extravaganza going on here. That just gets to be. Hey, Uncle Dan is in the house, handing out memberships. I appreciate it. That's awesome. 10 Raid Shadow Legends. Colred plays Raid Shadow Legends memberships. Thank you so much. It's so funny because every time somebody gifts subs for whatever reason, Sun always wins a membership. Sun always wins a membership. I don't know how that happens, but it's like 100% of the time. But that is awesome. Ace got one. Old Man Griff got one. Salvamad. Antonia Barros Limon. Uncle Dan. Stuart Ridley. Richard Dinsmore. Dabby 101 and Nathan Emery. Congrats to everybody. Thank you, Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan is a very generous supporter of the channel, and I do appreciate you. And that's awesome. I love seeing more members. I love seeing more members. But Son he gets gifted so many subs. All right, so we are a level 100 account. Let's go ahead and take a look at the login days. You know, we're over 2.5 years in at this point if we're getting soul stones. And then let's take a look at the roster. So let's look at 6 stars. Got 118 6-star champions. Which for where you are feels okay. You know, like, I mean, it's not a good or bad thing. It's not a judgment thing. It's just in terms of activity wise, I would say that's probably about my pace. That's pretty similar to the pace I had. Yeah. Let's see. Who are the key champions here? Got a 6-star soul on Wukong, a 5-star soul on Arbiter. Nice. Got a nice Thor Fey hammer here. Got a Duchess, Mithrala, Mortu Macabre, Pythion, and Nishak. Is it nice? Nekmo. Hey, you've got yourself a Cardiel. Congratulations. You got yourself a Hegemon. That's nice. Your Lydia's there. Wixwell, Artak, all the login champions. You got your Archer. That's fantastic. And you've got your Newt. You've got everything you need here. You've also got Aislinn here. You got Lysandra, Uko, Podrick, Thorin. It's a nice roster. It's a nice roster. Even Helicath down here. You got a 4-star, 6-star soul +4 Venom Mage. That's kind of cool. +4 on your Seeker and your Cryodan, the blue. +3 on Deacon. I've only got like a +1 Deacon. It might be +2. So you've got some good epics as well who are built. Looks like Lady Noelle is not built yet, but she's got her scrolls. You got your 3 Dawncaller Sabbathos going. I'm assuming the 4th one is in here. Or maybe you just need the you need 100 fragments. Was there a 4th one? Maybe you already have the 4th one. Yeah, you already have the 4th. Okay, it just wasn't level 50. You found Colred because of the YouTube algorithm. Well, thank you, YouTube algorithm. All right, so what kind of takeover are we looking for today, Smuggler? I'm going to call you Smuggler because I'm not going to call you Fart. You know, I'm going to call you Smuggler. So, Smuggler, what kind of takeover are you looking for today? Let's see. We'll jump around the account a little bit while we're waiting for the answer. Demon Lord, Ultra Nightmare, 100 million, Wixwell team. Nice solid Wixwell team. Yeah, okay, Wixwell team. I was gonna say, is that actually a Demitha, like a weird Myth Eric thing? But it's a Wixwell team. Buff extender, Demitha's is a buff extender. Okay. Probably had your Myth Air beforehand, I'm assuming. All right, what about Hydra? How's your Hydra doing? 55 million on Brutal. That's nice. You got your Archer there. Of course you do, because Archer's the best. You got Cardiel there. Fantastic. Yeah, nice solid team there. Chimera. 42 million on what difficulty? On Brutal. Solid. Yeah. Good team there for basically, getting your Newt as much damage as possible, which is what you want to try to do. How's the arena going? Gold 5, you're up near the top. 3v3. Silver 2. This is hard to keep up with. I mean, clearly you have the roster to push this higher if you want, but it's, takes effort and time. Who's in the sparring pit? Oh, Sabbatha. Sabbatha's in the sparring pit. Yeah. Yeah, so give me some direction here. What kind of takeover are we looking for? Because I don't see too much on the account that needs a lot of work, but maybe, I don't know, are you looking for an Iron Twins thing or a Sand Devils Necropolis? Or are you looking for something else? You just look at me to clear out your looking for me to clear out your red dots. You just want me to get in there and clear out all your red dots. I'm sure. I'm sure that's what the takeover. It's a red dot takeover. That's what we're looking to do here. MTG in the house. Hey, man. I was just talking about how I watched one of your takeover live streams just last week, or not even a week ago. I think it was like 4 days ago or 5 days ago. And then I watched one by Felrouse. And then I was thinking, like we all do takeovers differently. All of the content creators have a different approach, which is kind of cool to see. I don't know, like if you studied somebody, if you're like, oh, I'm going to do, takeovers like that or whatever. I did not. I definitely did not do that. But yeah, let's see. All right. Sand Devil. We're looking at Sand Devil. Okay, let's see. All right, stage 18, we want to try to get all the way up. And I mean, the simple question is, do you have Godseeker, right? Because if you have Godseeker, I'm assuming you don't. Yeah. If you don't have Godseeker and Neri, this is going to be a little bit tricky because that's my solution, right? But there are other solutions. The question is, I originally had planned to build a Cardiel team. So there is a way you can build a Cardiel team. But then I got my Godseeker and Neri going, and that was better. That was easier to do. So the way any of the Revive on Death compositions work is you have to be speed tuned so that the let's see if we can kind of see this. I don't know. Let's do this. We'll take it off of super raids. I'm just gonna use this current team. And I'll try to, I haven't done this before, just so you know, this is not something I've worked on. But so you have this Revive on Death buff, right? Now, what happens is the Sand Devil uses the Feasting Swarm. This ignores shield, block damage, and unkillable, as well as 100% of the target's defense. This will wipe out your team. He always opens with this, by the way. Okay? So the goal here would be to put up a Revive on Death, to have everybody hit, die, and then you've got to get back around to the next Revive on Death before he cycles back around to Feasting Swarm. And you have to be timed properly, because what happens is if you're going too fast, then, Cardiel will just put this up. And that could be problematic because you might want Cardiel faster for other content. So what we'll probably do right now is just, let's see, manual it. All right, so he puts that up. We'll just A1. This is all stuff we can put into the AI. So we'll A1. A1. And we'll get wiped out. Okay. And now what should happen is, well, we don't need to do. Oh, I forgot about Kymar placing asleep. I guess we could do that. But I'm thinking about the Cardiel. So let's leave that for a second. All right, so now we would do the ally attack. And you see, like, we already wake him up. And now he's going to use his second ability as soon as he's woken up. And that's a problem, because now our damage dealers are dead and we don't have the Revive on Death. Okay, so, could you use the Kymar for a sleep? Yeah, but if you want to use a sleep strategy, then really you want to try to two-shot the boss, I think. I think that's how that works. So if we were going to use Kymar, all right, let me think about this for a second. So I think what we want to do is we definitely want to bring in Newt. Let's take a look at your Newt. And I think we want Newt regardless of what we do here. And we might want Ninja. We might want Ninja. We don't have to have. Where is Newt? Is he in the vault? No, he's here. Okay. So 204 speed, low crit damage, decent defense. He is in Relentless, which is okay. Hey, Neothan. Didn't see you there, buddy. Good to see you. See you, Felrouse. Adeline, Geo, Whisper, Ninja, and Dothy. Yeah. All right. So I'm just trying to think about how to make this work with Cardiel. Now, how fast is Cardiel? 270, which is probably right around the speed we actually need him at. That might be a good speed. Might be a tad fast. We'll have to see. Because his revive on death is on a 3-turn cooldown. So you might actually be going too fast. And that, that's what makes me worry about building a team around him. Now, you also have Blizzar. And Blizzar can apparently solo this, although in general, you want a 5-star soul on him. So, because his damage comes from Brimstone, and if you don't have 5-star, then it gets removed. So, that might not work. Adeline sleeps. Geo reduces turn meter so that he doesn't wake up. Automatically, then Dathi defense down ninja does his thing and Whisper smacks. Yeah, that's a good. I mean, it might be better for us to go that route with the Kymar as the sleep champion. So, whoops. So if we go back, let's think about this for a second. So let's get rid of these two. What we really need is we don't really need like ally attacks. We don't want hits. We want hard hitting skills, right? And we want debuffs. So let's see if there is a decreased defense champion out there. All right. Do we just go this route? And then I'm trying to think if like, would it be good to bring Nishak? Would it be better to bring like Whisper? The problem to a certain extent is we can get killed by the second AoE. Now the second AoE doesn't ignore defense and stuff, so like you can use defenses to get past it. And I'm wondering if we want a reviver then who's got defenses like this. We're not going to one-shot this, but I don't. Now I'm mixing the two, and I don't know if we can put this into the AI. I don't know if it'll work. But so if we did it like this, where let's say, okay, so A1, we want Kymar to go. Kymar has to be. I just realized I didn't check if Kymar was fast enough. Harry, okay, he's fast enough. All right, so sleep. I do not know what the hell just happened. He slept. I think Cardiel joined the attack and woke him up, and then he nuked us. That can't be right. He should be on a timer. Why would he nuke us? Why would he nuke us? We just put him to sleep. Why would that happen? Let me just see this for a second. Kymar did not. Okay, weirdly, Kymar didn't go. Okay. Sorry to be burning your energy, but this is what it's going to take. Kymar is not fast enough. Well, this time he wasn't fast enough because he didn't have the speed aura. Last time he may have just been fast enough with the speed aura. But that means I got to try somebody with a speed aura who, like, let's just. We want a 19% speed aura. Where's Haikatoon? Deacon. All right, let's do this. You can't open with her debuffs. I don't want the turn meter fill. Okay, so he is fast enough. With the 19%, he's fast enough for this stage. But see what happened there? He did not put the boss to sleep. The boss took a turn and then went to sleep naturally. This sleep, maybe he doesn't have enough accuracy. Let's go look at Kymar. I didn't see a resist. Yeah, he's only got 100 accuracy. Okay, so this is not going to work without a massive rebuild of Kymar. And it looks like you've kind of got him built for other stuff. I would highly consider, building him with accuracy if you want to use him in PvP, because this removes all buffs and places to sleep is highly valuable. But if you're just using him as a reset champion and you don't need any of that, that's fine. Then that's entirely up to you, But that means we can't use him for his sleep here, which is too bad because I think he's probably the one, like, guaranteed sleep champion that you have. Oh, well, Bamboos. What's his? It's his own. And then, yeah, you got two Lady Mikage. I don't see Yostrid. But I think I saw her before. No, I guess not. All right, so if we go back and we can kind of theory craft a team here. Let's get rid of Kymar, unless we want him for the reset. Do we need him for the reset? We don't. I mean, the reset wouldn't hurt for Newt. Let's keep him. Just for Newt. And then like, I'm wondering if we want Duchess. She gives that 25% reduction to the AoE, which could help us survive that. Plus, And then I just lost Kymar. Kymar's over here. So it would be something like this. And then this one would just be, we would still go with the A1 open here, and then we would go block revive, or not block revive, revive on death. Should just do that. He would do nothing. And there we go, and everybody revives. Okay. So now we go with the debuffs. I would probably not use his ally attack, although it gives the crit damage buff, but let's just not use it for now. We're probably going to go pretty fast, aren't we? Yeah, we'll see. That's unfortunate. He's going at a bad speed for Newt. So that's solid. Now we could use the ally attack. Actually, it doesn't matter now that the boss is awake. And then let's see what happens in terms of the reset. Yeah, that's nice. And we'll get a big hit here. Let's get the strengthen up again, I guess. Actually, that's probably a mistake, but whatever. Okay, so we survived that fine. Again, go back to the A2. We can ally attack here. So programming this all into the AI would be problematic, but what I would probably do is try to get to 25 first and then figure out your speed tune there rather than speed tuning ahead of time. So, this team will probably walk us up via manual to 25. Assuming that Cardiel is fast enough at 270. Now that I think about it, yeah, he's fast enough because with the 19% speed order and the 270 speed, he's faster than the boss at every stage. Because I think the boss maxes out at like close to 270. It might even be 270. All right, so now we've got to get the skill up. I was wondering if that slow was going to hurt us, but we did okay. So now the boss is going to wipe us out. Oh, the relentless is going to be a problem. Now Newt's not going to come back, which means we're going to have to revive him and try to come back around to him. I'm glad we brought the reviver. Well, I mean, we'll kill the boss anyway. So, in concept, the team's okay. It's not perfect. And again, it's really about speed tuning here, So we'll keep pushing and we'll keep doing this and we'll see how far we get. She needs 495 accuracy at 25. All right, so yeah, the speeds are wonky here. He's gonna wake up anyway. I don't think it matters. I think we can use the ally attack. No, we can't. I messed that up because he removes the buffs or the debuffs. Yeah, that was a mistake. That's okay. That was also a mistake, but okay. Wow. Whoops. All right, so we just got to come around on this. That's fine. We'll be able to manual our way up. Block debuffs buff is nice. Because it just means you don't have to worry about the slow. And we've got the heals from Cardiel, which should be enough to counteract what's coming from the Sand Devil. You know, the issue of the max HP destruction isn't really that big a deal, I don't think. Question is, do we need to put it up now, or does he rotate one more time? I think we have to put it up. Might be a if Duchess dies, we're hosed. Again, we got the Relentless on the same exact turn. The Relentless is bad news for us. We don't like that. Okay. And one of the issues is her revive gives him no HP. And not HP, no turn meter. So he's not going to get a turn before. So, yeah. So the timing is just off on this one. It's not that big a deal. Like, as long as we hit the Cardiel skill at the right time, we're basically invincible. And we'll just, we'll take a while. We'll just take a little while. That's all. Yeah, we can rebuild Newt if that's what you want to focus on. It's helpful if you send messages to me through Discord, though, because I don't always see everybody's chat in the live stream, from YouTube. So if you want me to do something specifically, like, just shoot me that DM. And I think realistically, the problem here is going to be that Cardiel's cooldown is a 3-turn cooldown. You need him to go before the boss the first time, but then you need the boss to, like, be on a cycle where Cardiel doesn't get an extra turn because he needs to put the buff up at the right time. I don't know if with the reset we can kind of bypass that a little bit or what. Now we've got the slow. So the question is, do we come around? I hope we do, but I don't think we will. I might have just screwed it up. I did, in fact, screw it up. Yeah, boss is going to go before we get a chance. I'm going to put that out there just in case the speed boost gets us there. It doesn't. Yeah. Okay. It is up for 2 turns. I shouldn't worry about it too much. I really shouldn't worry about it too much. I should just let it go. Be like, all right, put it up every time. Buff. The number of hits really matters, and Cardiel is kind of unpredictable, which can be problematic because he joins in 30% of the time. And then that slow, like, if that slow lands, then it becomes a very different thing. It's just irritating. I do think you have. I might have screwed up again. I do think you have the bones of a one-shot team here. I think Duchess is going to die. Duchess is going to die. I mean, we can still do it. But now we have no way. All right. Now we're all going to die. Oh, we lived. That's kind of bonkers. We don't have the reset. We don't have the block debuffs. And we don't really have enough healing. Come on, Cardiel. Give me more heals. More heals. There we go. Give me another one. If I put it up now, and he doesn't come back around, but we have the reset. I'm like wondering if I should have put it up right there because we're going to have the reset. I could have done the increased speed there as well. Yeah, I think I have to put it up. I think I have to put it up. And boss has to go and kill us. All right, I think we got it. Lydia. And Newt kills the boss. Okay. So, you know, it's there. It's there. Let's take a look at Newt. All right. So if we were going to rebuild him, first of all, I don't know how fast he would need to be for Sand Devil. This is not. I don't have a speed tune. I don't have a speed tune at hand. I do mine with Godseeker and Eerie. And it may be that with the Cardiel situation, I don't know even if we have the right speed tune. We might be able to use kind of like a Newt, Kymar, Cardiel reset thing. You don't need them for Eternal Dragon anymore. Okay. I don't want to. You're all set on the fusion, right? You have your 4 champions. We've got 16 million silver. So we could do a little bit of rebuild here. Let's see what Newt has available to him. I don't mind Relentless. I used to build mine in Relentless. You know, the issue, of course, for this particular being that the Relentless can throw off the count on certain things. So what I would probably go for, and honestly, it really depends. We can do a lot of different things. Let's see if we have. What I should probably do is I'll start with this. I'll do. Let's do Crit damage with crit rates up. Okay. And then let's just see what we have. There's a relentless piece. Lethal. Impulse. Now, Impulse is different. Impulse could actually help because it would allow him to get back around to his nuke faster without messing up the turn order or the buffs. Merciless, as long as you don't go to 9, could be good as well. But I would probably say let's take a look at Impulse just for now. Just for now, let's take a look at Impulse. It doesn't have any ignore defense. We might want Savage or something. So let's look at speed boots with crit rate substats. See if there's. So we got lethal. Accuracy is good. Defense is good. HP is good. These are 5-star, 5-star. This would be nice, right? Let me actually see if I'm in the way here. Am I in the way? I'm in the way. Of course I'm in the way. Let me get myself out of the way. Okay. So this is really nice because all of the substats play, right? The crit rate is what we need to get to the 100% crit rate. Defense and defense are just going to boost damage and survivability. And then accuracy is going to allow him to use his turn meter decrease and his debuffs on the A2 in other content, even if you don't need it here. So, we could try to go lethal and impulse. I like that. That would give some speed, give us cooldown reduction, give us ignore defense. It's not critical on him to go ignore defense, but we got to go something. So let's try that. And the reason I say that is because you can cap him out in a situation when you're bringing like a Lydia without an ignore defense. That's why I'm saying it's not critical to go on him. But again, if you use him in a lot of content, you have options there. So see you, Jack. Have a good one. Yeah. So now we kind of have two sets here to look at. Let's go ahead and see if we have one with defense. Whoops. I don't want defense substats. I want primary stats defense. We'd like crit rate. We'd also like speed, honestly, but let's just see what we got. We don't have lethal. Let's see savage. That's not a great piece. We could go with perception. Nope. Merciless. That's a pretty good piece. Feral. That's a very good piece. No, I don't want to put accuracy main stat if I don't have to. That's usually not the best setup. I mean, chances are this isn't going to work either with Feral. I doubt we have the pieces. But let's just go ahead and see what we do have. So, pinpoint. Yeah, we're kind of back to the merciless. So we might end up going for merciless. Ooh, impulse here. Impulse. No crit rate, which is a problem. What about the lethal? We've already got the piece, I think. Everything else didn't have crit rate. That's another option. And then the other options would be something like perception. That's not a bad piece. We could definitely roll that out. What about this one? So if we want to get away from the lethal, I run mine in perception, and he crushes. He just absolutely destroys things. So we could go that way instead. Looks like maybe we get away from lethal. And let's just get to I just want a defensive chess piece with crit rate. Really, that's kind of important. And this was it. This piece? No, No, we were talking about this piece. This piece. Damn it. All right, let's see about the forge. Oh, we got some forge material. So let's look at lethal. Got a few materials there. Instinct, a few materials there. And perception, we got a ton of materials here, but we don't have a lot of charm. But we could go for this. Do that. We got plenty of materials. Let's just craft a couple of 10 pulls and see if we hit it. One of these chess pieces would be nice. HP percent. That's a nice chess piece. It's a nice chess piece. Not quite right for us. That's another nice one. Not quite right for us. Sell that. Sell that. Nope. 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 I don't mind. Yeah. I don't mind when it gives me a piece that's easy to sell. I got to see how much space we actually have. Do we have room here to forge? Yeah, we do. Okay, good. I don't have to be at quite as critical. Because I sold one piece there that was kind of borderline, but I could have held on to it. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. That's okay. Nope. Meh. No. No. Sometimes, if you're doing this on your own and you're just going to forge a lot of pieces, we could do it this way where it's like, let's just do chest plate, crit rate, and then just do like 2 or 3 10 pulls. Just collect all the pieces. And then we'll just jump into this. And we'll go new. We could sell these two. Don't need that. Those. Okay. And then, we can literally just look here and be like, how good is that? All right. That's okay. No. That's interesting. Oh, if you have a bomb champion, all of 5 stars. That's the chest plate that I like. It's actually not awful. Okay, that's solid. That's an option. Okay. Well, that gives us an option here because then now we do have a couple of chest plates. Where did he? He's always so hard for me to find. Whoa, we got ads now? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so now this one doesn't have crit rate on it. But if we get enough crit rate, that'd be really hard to do without a chest piece with crit rate. This one doesn't have speed, but that's not as big a deal. Got crit rate and accuracy here. Let's roll this one up. See. And even flat defense is like, not bad as the throwaway stat. Unless we double it up. That's unfortunate. Try this one. Let's see if we can double crit rate here. Nope. All right. And then we would go. Wait a second. Oh, it was the impulse glove, right? Okay, and then these are both good. Let's roll these up a little bit. We want to see 15% crit rate. You need a double roll into crit rate now. That's unfortunate. You need to get, you want to get 15%. If you can get 12, 13%, can be marginal. You could potentially make that work. If we hit another crit rate here, that's going to be key. Okay, so that becomes the piece. It's a 6-star anyway, which is great. Now let's roll this up. Let's get at least one nice hit, and then we could get that to like 14 or 15. So hit it again. Just do it again. Lovely. Lovely. Let's go ahead and ascend it just so we know. Got attack percentage. Well, you can use dust on that at some point. Let's go ahead and upgrade, ascend this as well. Defense is good for us. Accuracy is good for us. That's fine for now. All right, so now we're just trying to get into these 3 pieces. And we want speed and crit rate and accuracy, if at all possible. And we're looking for impulse and perception. Although we could use, like, now that we have 2 pieces of perception, we could go somewhere else if we wanted for that 3rd set. Like we could do these 2 pieces, or something. That's not bad. That gives us accuracy and speed there. What about impulse? Let's see. Let's just see what impulse is available, because that's going to be the factor here. We don't have good impulse. All right. That's not awful. That's not awful. That's okay. That's probably the best one so far. That's not bad either. It doesn't look like we're going to get speed on anything, but we got speed on the set. So we could use that piece. We could use that piece. Could use play this piece depending on how much crit rate. We're not going to have crit rate, but we have this 20% roll, and then we have this 19% roll. So we've got a little bit of leeway if we happen to hit well in other pieces. Now let's look at the perception. And we're definitely going to go speed and crit rate on the perception if we can. Speed, crit rate, accuracy. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's even better. Oh, it's 5 stars. That's really nice. All right, so we've got some options here. That's really nice too. Wow. Okay. Let's start with the mythic. Crit damage is good, but let's get that crit rate at least once. Hit it once for me. Hit it once for me. There we go. Beautiful. Now you could do speed or crit damage or crit rate, any of them. That's a piece. That's going to get us there. Yeah, Nemo. Definitely is, right? All right, so now we're in really good shape. But we're still slow because we don't have any speed substats here or here. We don't have any there. We only have 1 there. And 175 is not fast enough. The whole idea is to get faster here. Let's think about some pinpoint accessories. That'll give us some extra speed. We want an accuracy banner. We can get one with speed. All right, this one, 5-star. So 5-star it is. Let's see if we hit speed on it. That's good. Double it up. Very nice. Okay. All right, so we've gotten faster now. That's nice. Hit it, accuracy again. I don't mind resistance. All right. And so now we need one perception piece. This is nice. And this is nice. All 4 of these are nice. So it's really more about how these two roll, I think. I think we'll probably keep this one because it's got speed, and we'll try to go with this shield that's got speed. And we hit speed nice. So I do think we need a crit rate roll on this. I do think we need a crit rate. Shit. Come on. Crit rate 1 time. That's a lot of speed. But that leaves us at 97%. Now we can get away with this by sticking a Slayer ring on, which I would prefer not to do. But the other thing is, if we just roll crit rate somewhere on the weapon, if we just roll crit rate on the weapon, like on upgrade level 12, or hit speed for me 1 time. That's nice. Crit rate. Come on, just give me crit rate. Damn it. Give me crit rate 1 time. Crit rate. Do it. Yeah. Okay. That's really unfortunate. But we got a ton more speed, which is nice. So then what we'll do is we'll sneak a ring on. Now this could change like how you approach Scarab Boss. So just be aware of that. I'll go with this. Nice. Maybe we'll get speed on a roll. Speed. Accuracy is okay. Take that. All right, 234. We did drop a lot of defense here. We don't quite have the perfect, setup. But the speed is better, and we can glyph a lot more speed. We can still get more accuracy here on the banner. Let's go ahead and take that up. Using all the silver today. All right. And then let's just, boom. I love 4-star speed glyphs. We don't need to do the rest. We can do the resist, though. I don't mind having a little resist. That can always be useful in a pinch in certain places. I'd love to see him at like 245 to 260, somewhere in that range would be really nice. This deserves a 6-star glyph, but I'm not going to because he only have 1. That's nice. Of course. Yeah, we can do the resistance. We can do the HP. The accuracy. Some of you are asking questions. I don't know how to answer. Like, what's a good first milestone for Faction Wars? Get everything you can in Faction Wars, and whatever that means for the account. Like, if you just want forge materials. That's the most important thing, in the glyphs, And so it's like, what's good first milestone? 1 star on every faction, I guess, but I don't know. It really, like, there's not enough context there to answer that question. And I'm not trying to like say don't ask the question. I'm just trying to say I don't know how to find an answer to that would be, relevant. Um, the same thing with like, um, what was the other question? Want to know in which artifact would you try to hit the quad speed? Like anything I want speed on would be quad. Any quad speed is good everywhere. You know what I'm saying, Omar? So it's like speed set, obviously, or perception set, or feral, or pinpoint, or impulse, or righteous, or anything that gives you speed that you want more speed for, and also anything else, any other set where you're just trying to get more speed onto a champion. So there's no set where you don't want a quad speed roll. There might be pieces where you don't want a quad speed roll, like if you're trying to get crit rate and you're getting speed instead, you're like, well now I don't have what I need on a particular champion. But you'd still probably just take it and live with it until you could use it on somebody. Send it. Crit damage. Nice. Very nice. Take that all the way up. All right, so 241 speed is solid. I would look to probably use dust on this boot to get it into speed. You can get another 12 speed there. That would put him at 253, which is really nice. Oh, it looks like we can still get a little bit of speed here on this. So hopefully we'll get a 4. 3 is good. Yeah, that would get you to 256. You want defense here, probably. You can trade away that accuracy. You'd like accuracy here if we could get it. We did. Take that all the way up. So 381, but you'd probably lose this 4, so 377, which is really pretty good for almost everywhere. Once you get into hard mode dungeons, I think you need 425 for hard mode Fire Knight. So that's going to require probably, a 6-star banner with an accuracy ascension, or, you're going to have to swap somebody out, get a better, like a 6-star chest here that's got, a roll into accuracy or whatever. But this is a good build. This is a good build. Much more crit damage. We don't have the relentless proc, less HP, less defense, which is an unfortunate side effect. Like, I would prefer to have all of it. But this is where the gear is currently, which is not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. So, let's go ahead and save that silver because we're running low. And then, if we no, I hate that it does that. I hate that it does that. I hate that it does that. Like, I already clicked OK for the coupon, but it doesn't actually do the switch. I hate that. It's just like, oh, you wanted the coupon. Great. Well, now the coupon's all set. But yeah, I'm not going to do the other thing. Really? You're not going to do the other thing? That's so irritating. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Now I'm distracted. I believe it's this one. And then I believe it was a 5-star chess piece. That's defense. And then probably this one. Nope. That one. That was the one. Let's go here. And we had that. And had this. $244, $35. Yeah, that's everything. That's so annoying. That's so irritating. Okay, so now let's go back to Sand Devil's Necropolis. Go to stage 21. I think the same team is fine. So, okay. See, like, this hoses us that Cardiel joined in that attack, because if we burn through this bar before we come back around, then he's going to nuke us out like that. And now we didn't get our debuffs, like we didn't get our nuke out with the debuffs. That's the tricky thing about Cardiel, is he joins allies attack 30% of the time. And so he just messes up your turn count. You know? So unless you can one-shot, if you can one-shot, then it doesn't matter. Then you don't care about the second turn. But here we do, right? We actually do care about it. And we also care about our HP. Although Duchess gives us some coverage there. I'm wondering if Pythion would be the better choice. Give us basically the same thing, except he wouldn't give us the AoE damage reduction, which is really why I brought her in the first place. Just to make sure that this skill, this Dune Tempest, doesn't kill us. Maybe we don't need Kymar at all. I don't know that his skill reset is actually playing anywhere. Now we're going to get hit with the slow. I should have put the block debuffs up by Duchess. That was a mistake. Not a huge one. All right. Wow, she didn't die. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I'll just do that. We still haven't had Newt actually do a hit. Okay, so now he's going to hit. He should be hitting a little bit harder. It was about, what was that? It was about 45K, 55K harder almost. I think we were hitting like 160 before, right? And we just hit 215. That's not a bad improvement. Plus the speed, plus the accuracy, you know. So it's like we're getting more than just the damage out of that. Of course, Newt is also, he was weak affinity last time, so that might have been impacting it. I mean, that was definitely impacting it. The question is, no, I think we go around one more time. Because Cardiel is faster than the boss. Speed is overrated. Just look at the OJ think his high speed chase actually involved high speed. Oh, jeez, grim. I thought we were going to have a fight. I thought we were going to have a fight about in-game speed. I was looking forward to it. I was gearing up. You're like, speed is overrated. All right, so this is it. Okay, so I'm just going to see if we can grab some. It's a little bit of. Grab a little bit of energy. I'll grab these too. May as well. Just a tiny bit of energy. Nope. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So the question becomes, can we program this into the team build? Will that even? Hmm. Hmm. Just thinking about survivability. Kaimar's not bringing us anything. Do we want to try to bring in more heals? 230 speed with regen, not bad. Or do we want to try to bring in more damage? Or something else? Let's bring in Pythian for now. I don't think Kaimar's doing much for us. I don't think we've actually used his reset to get a block. I mean, a revive on death. I don't think we've used it for that at all. So I'm just trying to think about how we get to that fully auto team. I don't think we can use the ally attack on full auto. I think we have to turn it completely off. The question becomes, how do we program this? If we fire it every time it's available, will it be in tune? And my guess is it won't be. So what I did right there might kill us. But we need to kind of see if it's even close to being viable. And what we might have to do is also put this so that it fires every turn. And this so it fires every turn. If you're not one-shotting, then you're in this weird place where it's like, you think about the AI, can you actually cycle around? Like, we're not going to cycle around. We're going to die. Unless Duchess lives. Or Pythian somehow survives. Pythian survived. That's too funny. Newt's not landing his debuffs. Trying to convince your friend that speed is king in raid for a year now. It is. It absolutely is. So the thing about speed is like you have an accuracy cap in the sense that except for PvP, right? But in PvE, you have an accuracy maximum that you could ever need. Like there's a piece of content, I think it's Amius hard mode, that has the most resistance. I don't know if Chimera has more. I don't think so. But it's like, so if you want to land a debuff, that's the most accuracy you need to have, and it's whatever it is. It's like 520 or something. And beyond that, you never need more accuracy. And you also have all these other ways to like give you accuracy to get to that number, right? So same thing with crit rate. Crit rate caps at 100. Crit damage. Yeah, you ostensibly you could go forever with crit damage. You could keep going up and up and up. But for PvE content, you know, once you start one-shotting stuff, it's like, why do I need more crit damage? You know, but speed is the kind of thing where it's like, even in PvE, there's never really a point at which you couldn't get more value out of speed. You don't need it all the time. Like there are times where you're like, all right, this is a speed tune. I need to get this guy to 275. I need this guy to 238. I need this guy to 198. You know, it's like, oh, and then you have your speed tune for clan boss or whatever. But yeah, both in did it again. PvE and PvP. I don't know how this Python is surviving. You have a situation where like more speed is always good. Always good. And there goes my guy. Yeah. Yeah, it could be weak hits. I'm glad I switched him in because Kymar would not have kept me alive. Did I do it again? I think I did it again. I'm going to die. Cardiel's like not in the right speed. I could do this maybe. Yeah, that worked. Come on, Newt. Come on. Take a freaking turn ever. This is where we're talking about speed. Like I need 10 more speed out of him at this point. And it's just not like he's not going in order and the boss is going through his entire turn at this point. Maybe I need turn meter fill. Maybe I need turn meter fill. How fast would we have to go to lap the boss with Cardiel? That's an interesting question. Two hits there. Why was it 2 hits? Does he have something that counts as an extra hit? 2 hits there as well, 2 hits there as well. All the hits were doubled. And man, Newt is still so slow comparatively. There is sort of a strategy that I thought about trying here, and I don't know if anybody's tried it, but getting Newt into Reflex and Merciless and just like, refresh gear, get him as many cooldowns as you can, and then just like let him fire off his A3 whenever. Like you don't even care if the boss isn't slept, right? Because like Newt just hits hard through everything anyway. So I don't know if anybody's tried it, but I was considering that recently. And Pythion, the savior. Why is that 2 hits? Why is that counting as 2 hits? I'm getting a proc of something. I didn't read what it was. Is it just War Master? Oh, come on, die already. Thank you. All right, so what stage are we at? Stage 23. Let's try some turn meter fill. Let's get a fast turn meter filler, though. So I want to look at Lysandra. She's got a nice turn meter fill, and she's probably fast. She's at 315. Plus her skill is a 30% turn meter fill, I think. And an increased speed. And an intimidating presence. How tanky was she? I didn't even see. Very squishy. Extremely squishy. But okay. Let's see if Lysandra clicks with this. Put her in the lead. A1, A1, A2, A1, A1. Boss should go. Okay. Now we want the turn meter fill. Increase speed. We're going to go into another increased speed. Yeah. A1, A2, A3. That's a nice. But that creates a problem. We were too fast. We were actually too fast. Good, congrats. It's a big deal getting to 25. No, Stark, this is going to be the last one for the night. The one and only tonight. I'm going to be done at midnight, so. Gotta get to bed. Got my baby boy waking up at 5:15. Although his mother will take the first shift and then I'll. Oh! Damn it. I was too fast and then I was too slow because of the decreased speed. So that switch didn't help. That was not helpful. I'm just thinking about the guaranteed brimstone. If we could get around to Wukong. Ah. Got to use an active skill, right? Apparently, Adolin works. I don't know. I would build a champion for one solution if it were this solution, you know? Like, I've done that before. So if you're trying to solve Sand Devil's Necropolis and you're, you know, if you got an Adolin team that'll work and that's the only thing you ever use her for. That's slow. I wanted to get rid of, and I clicked the skill at the wrong time. Let's see. I got to get back around. There's just no way. Now I'm ahead of it. I'm like too far ahead of it and too far behind it at the same time. No, it's just me clicking away like I'm playing my own cardio. All right. Yeah, I want to try this one more time. Sorry. I don't know why I thought somebody else was going second. He joins in and gives you 2 hits, and then he's going to potentially give you 2 hits again, and you're screwed because then that basically locks you out of what you're trying to. He doesn't have the accuracy to land the brimstone. Maybe does he need? Now here's the trick with this is we're going to be able to walk up. Like I said, I think we're going to be able to walk up to 25. You could manually farm 25 with a 100% success rate if you don't do what I did and like miss your skills, you know. But speed tuning is going to be different because like if you're using Cardiel and other stuff, then it might be tricky to build him here for what you want him to do. And then vice versa, like if there are other champions that you want to use in other places like Newt or like, Lydia, are they speed tuned for this? Or are they speed tuned for, other stuff or not speed tuned at all? And sometimes you can figure out a speed tune. You can just get a situation where you're like, all right, these are the speeds that I have and the champions that I have, and I'm going to experiment with the AI and all the different compositions until I find something that works without rebuilding anybody. But that's a tough road to hoe. Like that's not easy. And it can very much fall apart on you at the last second when you think it's going to work. Um, And there can always be variability built into it based on, the RNG of being resisted or whatever. Um, Great. Like that. Getting, double back to back, like getting the ally attack with a double proc and then attacking and getting the double proc. And then we lose the turn before we meant to, so we never got the hit in. It's like that, and now I'm slowed. Like because I didn't come around to the block debuffs buff that I would have normally had at that turn or whatever. It's like that can be really hard to figure out when you're putting stuff into the AI. It's like you're trying to get a team that has no variability, and you're trying to get a team that has all the skills that you need. And Cardiel he's got that built-in 30%. Like you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. There's no way to avoid it. And it's great in most places. And here it's not. Here it's actually bad for you. So unless you're building that one-shot team, he becomes potentially problematic. He's your solution, and he's simultaneously the thing that makes this solution not 100%. Now you can change his masteries, like you could do that if you wanted to. But then again, like I was talking about, it's like, are you building him specifically for this? Or do you want to use him in a lot of places? See, that extra ally attack just screwing us here on the Newt and the skill. Like, so now he's firing this Dune Tempest a turn earlier than he should be, and it's killing our Newt, and it's potentially putting us in jeopardy here. Simply because we're getting an ally attack that has an extra proc on it, with the War Master. And it's happened twice. It's happened back to back now. It's like we can't seem to get away from it. And that means we get the slow here as well, which could potentially screw us up in terms of our rotation on this next turn. I hope it doesn't. Doesn't look like it will. Does he have Chronum? I don't know. We could look. I had a tune before an Eerie. I think it got me to stage 16. I did not have it up to 25. That was 23. I'm trying to think if we could speed this up with it. We're gonna take out Wukong because he's doing nothing. Now Whisper is an interesting champion into this because she has extra turn mechanics that can just screw everything up. So like, let's try Mithrala. Yeah, so if you get the Cheshire Cat, he can apparently solo this. I mean, Blazar can also solo it. So it's not the first champion to be able to do it. Okay, so it's only a 4-star brimstone, so it's gonna land once, right? It's gonna land once. Did it land? I didn't even watch. Yeah, that's an idea, right? If you can do it with few enough hits, it can work where you can basically one-shot him. Not easy. So you put him to sleep, you get the debuffs out, you go max HP nuke, max HP nuke, max HP nuke, reset, hit, max HP nuke, and then he's going to wake up. Like, I don't think you can do better than that. Maybe you can. Maybe you would do it with just the 3 champions or, just 1 cold heart or whatever. This one should be faster. So that's a single hit. That's going to be double. That's double hit. Then we get to nuke because Mithrala is slow. Look how close that is. Ooh-wee. Question is, will we get back to the revive on death in time? He died. He didn't get a cooldown reduction. We did. He might. The boss might die anyway. Yeah, boss died. That was a little faster, right? So now we're up to stage 25. I'm trying to pay attention to the skill order to see if an AI, program is viable. And it's all going to be based on Cardiel's rotation. So how fast does Cardiel's skill come back? And it's up right now, but if we put it up right now, we're done. Cardiel's going almost the exact same speed as the boss. But the boss has a 4-turn rotation, and Cardiel has a 3-turn rotation. And then the slow comes out, and Cardiel's going slower than the boss. That's close. Yeah, I don't know about the cat solo build. I don't know if it's just better if you have a 6-star blessing or if you need it. I don't think you need it because I think it's just a speed tune, right? Because the cat has a passive that basically makes him unkillable. So if you're on the right speed tune, he will just survive forever and eventually wear the boss down. But it might be a 9-minute run, like if you have no extra things. So if you have the blessing and the gear and whatever else, then maybe it's more reasonable in terms of speed. But I think like clear time speed. But I think in terms of just building the speed tune, it's going to be the easiest speed tune to build. Because it's literally just a passive that comes up on a certain. It's just like Godseeker and Eerie, right? She just has a passive that comes up at a particular moment, and as long as it's up, you're good. You know. So he can potentially even go faster, right? Like there's going to be a minimum speed, and if he goes faster, he's fine. All right, and this should be it. There's live arena. That's midnight. We hit stage 25 clear at midnight. Okay, so we can try this. I don't think it'll work. I feel like the speed tune's not there. But we could kind of try it. And one of the things that I'm kind of thinking about is what if we did um I was trying to see if you had like a Painkeeper or a Renegade built that we could put in with Kymar. To maybe reduce the cooldowns more. We do have an Emek trunk heart. Is he built? Not really. What does he need? He doesn't really need anything. He needs HP. I mean, he's got masteries. He doesn't have books. All right, what if we did... Is there a team I can remove here, by the way? We don't have the silver to rebuild Kaimar right now. But you have a Sand Devil team up here. And then I think you had a Sand Devil team down here or something. Sand Devil 12. So I can rebuild one of these, right? Let's pull this. Let's go. Shoot. All right, where is that Lydia? I'm still tempted to bring in Syl of the Drakes. Syl of the Drakes doesn't matter if she's booked or not. I only care about her passive. She's weak affinity. Because Pythion heals on a hit, right? And he's got a double hit on his A1. So I'm thinking that maybe Syl of the Drakes only has a single hit. And she heals on a passive, which is nice. How's your Cardinal built? Take a look at Cardinal. She could be interesting. 175. That's not going to work. And then again, do we want the Duchess or not, right? You have a cold heart somewhere. All right, so let's say, yeah, we open with that. He's never going to use this. She's going to open with this, and then this should be the first priority, and this doesn't really matter. This doesn't matter. How fast? 189. Okay, so we want this to be first choice. And then for her, forget if she goes faster than the boss or not. I think she does, right? Because of the speed aura. So you would just open with that and then just let her do whatever, I guess. I don't have faith that this is going to work, but I just want to see where we stand. It might give us information about the speed tune. So we should die right after Duchess, right? We'll all bounce back. Cold Heart should get a shot. No, she does not get a shot. So there's no point in having Cold Heart there if she's built that way. We do need more heals. We just need. Now we burned our revive, so this is done. Get rid of Cold Heart. Let's just bring in Pytheon. Well, Pythion's neutral affinity here. I didn't really want the double hit, but how fast is he? 230. Let's open with that. Because I think that Duchess is going to use her block debuffs. Die, revive, increase speed. Newt should get his hits. Now Pythion's got to go before the boss goes. Nope. Well, that's okay if he goes afterwards, right? He's going with his 8 anyway. And then he should put up his cleanse next. Problem is Cardiel. Will Cardiel put his... Yeah, he'll put it up now. But now it's going to fall off of everybody. And he's going to be one turn away from getting it back. So I think everybody's going to die to the next. Duchess survived somehow. I guess weak hit. Replacement for Seeker and Demyth, a clan boss team. I think you can do a double Deacon. I think there's also one with a... There's a few different ones. I think, there's no straight up replacement. You can't just do a 1-for-1 replacement, but there are different speed tunes. Some that use Deacon, maybe High Katoon, maybe Doom Screech. You should just go look at Didwood Jedi's site. This might be the kind of thing where between Duchess's passive and a strengthen buff, she just doesn't die. Like you might not even have to worry about the weak hit. Like she might just get 50% damage reduction. Or I guess it would be 40% damage reduction, and that might be enough to keep her alive. Well, there it killed her, so maybe not. Maybe it does have to be a weak hit. I don't know. And now that was stupid. Yeah, you don't need Seeker, definitely. Like, there are speed tunes that use Beacon with somebody else. There are a couple of ones, but you'll just have to do some research on it. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's a High Katoon one, and I think there's a Doom Screech one. There might be more. There might be more. There's a Lydia one. I think there's a Lydia one. So, all right. So we got to stage 25. That was full auto, but it's definitely not 100% because Duchess lived at least once through the nuke, and brought the entire team back. So what I would suggest is, moving forward, like obviously you want to think about how to approach this solution in terms of speed tuning. So one way to do it would be to slow Cardiel down so that no, never mind. He has to go before the boss. So what you could do is slow him down, have a turn meter filler who uses their turn meter fill one time to get him to go before the boss the first time. And then he's running slower than the boss, so he's on a 4-3 or whatever, and then he's always putting up his revive at the right time. But that would be tricky to figure out, that would be very tricky to figure out. The other option would probably be to go with reset champions and again figure out that speed tune so that Cardiel can lap the boss and come, go twice to the boss's like he could put his skill up twice during the 4. So he needs to do a 6-4, I guess. With the cooldown. And probably like an Emic or a Painkeeper would be enough. I don't think you need the Kymar, because Kymar gives you a full reset, but then he's on a 5-turn cooldown, I think, which is going to be too long anyway. The other option is to try to go for the one shot, right? Like try to set it up so literally you put the boss to sleep and you hit him super hard, and then, if he wakes up, you're going to still kill him before he takes a turn. And I don't know that you have enough damage right now. Like you'd have to really build your Newt perfectly. You'd have to get another, you'd probably have to do a reset with the Newt. You might need another max HP damage dealer like a Cold Heart. So there are some options. I'm not the expert on this. I'm not the expert on this. I don't, as a free-to-play player, I find a solution. And like I want to understand that solution really well. So I understand this dungeon. Like I get what the dungeon does, but I don't have all of the solutions at my fingertips. So this gives you at least a way to farm stage 25 if you want to. Remember that the key to this basically is Cardiel's revive on death. It has to go up at the right time. So you want to watch the turn counters, right? And every time the boss is going to use his feasting swarm, I think it is, you want to make sure that Cardiel's revive on death goes up before that. It is on a 2-turn not a 2-turn cooldown, 2-turn duration. So you could put it up the turn before, if you want to be careful. Like I messed up a couple of times, but you can do that. I think once you get used to this, it'll probably be something like a 2.5 minute clear, like you could do it manually that way. Maybe you could mess around with the AI and find something, I don't know. And again, this was sort of like putting it together with duct tape and bubble gum. Like this wasn't really a real composition. It was just so much like we rebuilt one champion to try to make him a little bit better for a lot of places, but this wasn't a speed tune. This wasn't like your final, final form here. But hopefully this at least helped you understand the dungeon a little bit and moves you a little bit in a positive direction. And we were talking about my philosophy with takeovers earlier, and one of my philosophies I try to always live up to is do no harm, right? Like it's kind of like I don't want you to end up in a situation where your teams are worse off than before. So hopefully Newt helps you out in other places now, but simultaneously the previous speed tune that you had to like farm 16 or whatever should still be intact. Hopefully that still works. Because you weren't using Newt on that team. That was the only champion we changed. Plus, this moves you in a direction where at least you have some progress that's measurable. You know that you have the roster and the gear to conquer this stage now if you weren't sure about it before. And now it's just going to be a matter of research and grinding. And unfortunately, that's beyond what I can do for your account in the time frame that we have here tonight. And And like I said, that's, not my solution. Now, if you do pull a God Seeker in Erie, feel free to send me a message. I could get you set up in like half an hour, get that firing right away. But I would just do a little bit of research. Do some I watched it might have been Boozer or Nub. Watched a video recently. When I say recently, like within the last 6 weeks, maybe. That there was a really nice one-shot team that you might have the champions for. I don't know if you have the gear for it yet, but it was really nice. And yeah, I think it was on a reset. I remember not having something. It might have been the Kymar. I didn't have the Kymar. I was like, oh well, I can't do it. But you have the Kymar, so it might be that. And just go and do a little Google search, and you'll find something. So, hey, Fox Mode, good to see you. And Roadblocks here, and Graham, and we got a lot of guys. We got a lot of content creators hanging out tonight, doing stuff. All right. So listen, Smuggler. I can't bring myself to call you fart. I can mention it though. But Smuggler, I hope this helped you a little bit. I'm sorry that we couldn't do something more, get you really to a point where you just had this on full auto. But like I said, hopefully this creates a little bit of progress for you, a little bit of momentum. And I mean, we got 7 new stages. I consider that progress of a sort, We didn't get all the way home, but we started on stage 18 and now you're on stage 25, And if you look at stage 18, it was a 10-minute clear. Stage 17 was a 6-minute clear. So, if that's what you're autoing, then the manual might actually feel okay. Like, you're not going to want to do it for an entire, tournament. But if you just need to farm a little bit of dust, now you can do it. If you want to farm a little bit of the superior oils, now you can do it. And hopefully that'll help you. So, all right, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for answering my poll. I'm glad, 12% of you or 15% of you or whatever think I'm going to finish dead last in the Hell Hades free to play challenge. But hopefully I can keep climbing that leaderboard a little bit. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think about it. As for the schedule moving forward, just be aware that, my wife and I are juggling this new situation, trying to figure out what works for us. So my release schedule of videos is going to be a little bit different than it's been for the past month or so. Since the holiday, I've been just pumping out content, but I'm going to try to keep up the pace with the content. It's going to come out at different times of day. Live streams might have to move around. I don't know. Takeover Tuesday may not be on Tuesday anymore. I think it's probably going to still stay on Tuesday. But the old time of 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is probably not going to work. For some of you who are here right now, you're like, yay. Like that time didn't work for me, but this one works better. So, I might do the 5 p.m. thing. I might do the 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. thing. We'll have to see. And hopefully next time I'll be able to get into 2 takeovers instead of just the one. So that is it for me today. But thanks so much for hanging out. I had fun. It was good to see everybody. And I appreciate the support. Uncle Dan for giving out those subs. And Son for always winning his free sub, even though, he's part of the channel as well. But all right, that is it, everybody. I hope you have a good night. I'll see you soon.